y'all? What is up? It's your girl EJ, and welcome to the recap, y'all. Now, today we're going to be talking about All American Season 2, Episode 4, We Shall Not Be Moved. Let's get into it. Now, this show is going to open up with Amara addressing the student body, and there is a threat. Now, your girl Nate and Keisha are helping Simone with Baby Shay's preschool vision board. Your boy Damon is nervous about his mom's meeting for the first time, since they actually known that Damon is her biological son, and he's pretty nervous about this. Now, your girl Thea is holding back from Damon. You can definitely tell that there is something going on. There is something wrong. And your boy Damon seems to be all in with Thea. Thea is who he's with, and he seems to be really into her. So, for all of us that may have been hoping for a Damon and Simone situation, I don't know if that's really going to happen anytime soon, y'all. Now, your boy Damon is going to ask Thea to stay over, and she's going to say no, and that she sleeps better in her bed. Now, Celine is going to come, but Damon's mom is going to be a no-show, y'all. Now, Nate and Keisha are still having some issues about Nico. Nate just truly doesn't believe that Nico was the one who put that post on Yard Yak, yet everybody else does, especially boy Cam, because he's like, look, we don't even get no free dinners no more, no free food, this is whack. So everybody seems to be on board with it. Your girl, Simone is trying to stay out of it. She's trying to stay the neutral person, which is ironically funny because, your boy Damon has tried to stay neutral in this whole situation between not between him, but between Thea and her. And she's pretty much doing the same thing with Nate and Keisha. So anyway, y'all, Cam is going to go to work, and he is going to get a very disturbing call, and he's going to let Amara know, hey, you're not going to make that meeting, and she's going to have to address the situation. Now, Celine, Damon, and Junior are talking, and Celine is going to tell Damon that she follows him, and, it's going to make him feel a little bit uneasy. You can tell that he's, doesn't really know what to say. It's kind of weird. It's kind of an awkward situation. And then, of course, your boy Jesse is going to show up, and he's just going to ruin everything like he always does. Although I'm not so hard on Jesse anymore, after episode 3, where he actually wants to know more about Damon and he asks Marcus about him. I'm, trying to be very open to Jesse and trying to see that maybe this is just his personality. Maybe this is just who he is, and that he truly does want to know his son. He just has a weird way of showing it. So I am rooting and hoping that this character Jesse can kind of win us over when it's all said and done. Now, Amara is going to address the student body. She is going to address the entire campus and let them know that there is a serious threat going on. There is a bomb threat that has been made against the school, and no one is going to be allowed in or out of Princeton University. They're going to basically do a shelter in place. And what's so interesting about this is that everyone who seems to have an issue with each other or seems to have something going on, they all seem to be stuck in the same exact place with each other. Now, your girl Amara is made to be president. Although this is definitely shaking her, you cannot tell. She is trying to handle this like a pro, and she makes the statement that she's only been president for like 2 seconds, so she doesn't have any idea of what she's doing. However, she is doing a really good job at it. Okay, y'all, so everyone is calling their loved ones, and your girl Thea, of course, is being Thea. I try not to talk too much about Thea, y'all, because right now I am experiencing what I like to call a love-hate relationship with Thea. And on one hand, I want to like her. I want to love this character. However, on the other hand, I love the character Simone so much more, and the way she came for Simone at the end of season 1 and the way she's been treating her after she was the only person that was nice to her, tried to throw her a birthday party, tried to be there for her, that was trying to be her friend, that was showing her any type of love and compassion, and you gonna treat her like this? Like right now, me and Thea just not seeing eye to eye. Maybe one day, maybe when they reconcile this whole situation, maybe if her and Simone become friends again, then possibly, I can like the character Thea again. But for right now, I'm not feeling Thea Mays at all, y'all. And anyway, your boy Lando is going to start to hear that there's another school that has also had the same threat. Now, Damon sends Simone a text that says, "Be safe today. This ain't the end of our story. Believe that." And I mean, one could read into that a whole lot if they wanted to. But at the end of the day, right now, Damon is with Thea and it is what it is. So, we're not going to try to read too much into that. But it feels like your boy Damon, is still feeling Simone. And you can tell when they're in the same room together that there's this awkward tension between them. But, right now, he's with Thea. Once again, I'm going to say it again. So it is what it is. Now, what is interesting is that we all know that the story has been setting up Lando and Simone to be together. We get that. We've seen that from the moment Lando landed onto All-American Homecoming this season. We saw that they're definitely setting this up to happen. So essentially, Damon and Simone are going to end up with each other's rivals. So this should be really interesting to see how this all plays out. Now, your girl used to have a problem with Lando from the last time that he was on the show, or the first time he was on the show, back in season 1, and how he came at your boy Damon. But now, Lando actually is a pretty cool character. I'm actually kind of feeling Lando a lot. I actually like this character a lot. I actually like this character way better than I like Thea May. So, there's that. But anyway, y'all. So Marcus is going to check in on Damon, and he's going to tell him that he needs answers, and that the people who have those answers are right there with him. Like, it's basically time that Damon just steps up and talks to them. He needs to talk to, Celine. He needs to talk to Jesse. He needs to go ahead and have these conversations and get it out the way. Now, y'all, your boy Jesse is a character, is all I can say. Every now and again, I see these glimpses of Jesse, and I think that he's, gonna do better. But then it's like, okay, this is just literally who you are. He's gonna come and talk to JR, but he's not gonna ask JR how he's doing. He's not going to check in on his son. He doesn't check in on Damon. He just kind of comes with this other type of energy. And I'm just like, Jesse, you just don't get it. Like, you really just don't get it. But at the same time, I'm starting to realize that this is just truly who this character is, and that he's just going to have to learn how to treat his children. He's going to have to learn how to be a part of their lives and to really be a part of their lives, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, JR and Damon are going to talk, and Damon actually asked JR, like, how are you doing? Like, this is a mental health check-in. And we're going to find out that JR really struggles with all of this. He feels like his illness caused everything that ultimately happened with Damon, with Celine and Jesse. Like, he feels like his illness was the stressor that caused his family to break up. And Damon's just going to remind him, like, look, you can talk to me about anything, and that, this is not your fault, but at the same time, JR just can't help but feel that, everything that went on with him is the direct cause of everything that would happen later. Now, your boy Nico wants to bring the police to the campus, full of all these black folks, and Nate disagrees. And of course, Keisha comes to the rescue because, basically she don't like Nico, and she been waiting on this moment. She been waiting to go toe to toe with Nico. And of course they do, but your girl Nate just can't handle it, and so she leaves. Now, meanwhile, the FBI agent, who was extremely disrespectful to Amara earlier, is going to question Cam without Amara, even though she told him very specifically not to speak to him unless she was present. But of course, he didn't listen. Of course, he did what he wanted to do. And of course, he's going to go right up in here treating Cam like he is a suspect. Cam is a victim. Cam took a call, from someone threatening his school. I can't imagine how that felt to get a call like that, to get a call where someone says that there's a bomb on your campus, like, how does that even feel? I wouldn't know. But instead of you treating him with compassion and treating him like a victim, you instead start to interrogate him. I just feel like there had to be a better way to ask if this was a prank or not, even though I just feel like if you knew that another school had a threat, why would you then go directly to a prank? I just don't understand. I didn't like that interaction at all. But your girl Amara is going to come to Cam's, defense, and she's just going to let it be known who Cam is, and she's going to shut that crap down real quick. So anyway, y'all, your girl Simone is going to try to help calm everyone down, and she says that maybe they should talk about the situation. But of course, your girl Tootie, who, by the way, y'all, sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't stand this character Tootie right now. I understand that she is going through something, but it still doesn't make her have to be the type of person she is. She just truly sucks, like, really. And and Thea was absolutely correct. She is desensitized to the entire situation. So anyway, it's gonna turn out that this was just a bad idea. Like, they really can't talk about this situation because there's so many differences of opinions. There's so many different things going on that they just can't talk about this. Cam and Damon and JR are going to end up talking as well. And this is, of course, is after, Cam walks out from with the FBI agent, and Cam is extremely angry, as he should be. He has every right to be angry because, like I said, he went from being the victim to a suspect, and there was really no reason for that. And he just feels like his safe space is no longer safe. He feels like this place that, he was supposed to be able to come to, this place where Black excellence exists, he feels like they basically infiltrated, and now even this space is not safe. And Cam is just having a really hard time with this. You really get to see the character Cam, go through something even more than what he's already dealing with his injury and losing his scholarship. But I really think this was good for people to watch and to see that even spaces like this where we are supposed to feel safe can sometimes make us feel, unsafe as well. But at the end of the day, like Damon said, like JR said, it is still all of those things. And like Amara said as well, we shall not be moved. And I really just thought this episode was a very emotional episode, yet it was so moving to see these characters really dig deep inside of themselves to play this parts. Like, it couldn't have been easy to do this episode at all, y'all. So anyway, y'all, Damon is going to talk to his real parents, and he's going to say that he doesn't know what the relationship is going to look like, but he wants to try. And Jesse thought that this applied to him, y'all, as well, but he was only talking about Celine. Because at the end of the day, Celine has made an effort. She has made an effort to be a part of Damon's life. She sent him that book, which means that she's always thought about him. Like, he's always been a part of her, and I think Damon sees that. I think that Damon sees that she's willing to give him the space that he needs, but that she really does want to be a part of his life. And she's making every effort to know him, but Jesse, on the other hand, has not. Jesse, on the other hand, has basically just been an asshole when it all boils down to it. Jesse hasn't made any effort to try to get to know him personally. Yes, on the last episode, Jesse did ask Marcus about his son, and we see that he does want to know him. It feels like he doesn't know how to get in touch with his feelings, and really, he said he was sorry, but it's not the same as really trying to get to know Damon. It's not the same as really trying to make amends. So meanwhile, Simone is going to stop Thea from leaving. She's just like, look, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm just, I'm going to check on Damon. And in that moment, we realize that Thea has fallen in love with Damon. And maybe that's why she was having her issues earlier in the episode, was because Thea just doesn't know how to love another person, or she doesn't know how to express that she loves another person. Let's say it like that. And so we find this out, and then Simone and Thea, for the moment, decide to bury the hatchet. So Simone, Lando, and Thea are going to come up with the idea of trying to, basically get all that pent up aggression out by playing a game, so they're going to play a game where they basically get to hit each other with these like softballs. It's basically like dodgeball with these little soft golf balls, pretty much. So anyway, they're going to do that. And it seems like it lightens the mood. It seems like instead of people being on edge and crying, it feels like they're able to not forget, but just let go of all of the anxiety for the moment. And then we see a very touching moment between Simone and Lando. And in this moment, we know that they are definitely going to try to put these two together. And I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. At one point, I wasn't here for it, but after I found out that Thea was also in love with Damon, and we already know that Damon is in love with Thea, I'm just like, I mean, what more can we do at this point? So I'm here for a Simone and Lando situation. I'm down for it. So anyway, y'all, JR and Damon are going to talk, and he's going to tell him that he needs to start the path to forgiveness with his dad who raised him, because at the same time that Damon is trying to deal with his biological parents, there's still that whole situation with his dad. And I can't imagine how that feels, not being able to express your anger to someone that you are really angry with, because they wouldn't understand, because they don't remember, because they don't know what's going on. Now, remember, Damon's father who raised him actually has early onset of dementia. So he doesn't remember a lot of things. And so how can you really be angry with someone who is sick like this? Because, you could be angry with them, but you're not going to get any answers from them. You're not going to get what you need. And so JR is just telling him that he needs to find a way. He needs to figure out how to forgive. So meanwhile, y'all, Nico and Keisha are having another moment. Keisha's looking for Nate. She wants to make sure that she's okay. But on the other hand, Nico's just like, look, when Nate is ready to talk, she will come out. She will come and find us. She just needs a moment. And then Nico is just going to be like, look, you're just mad because I know her better than you do, and it's just kind of funny because at the end of the day, Nico does seem to know Nate very well. Now, I'm not really sure if your girl Keisha is jealous about that at all, but I think Keisha is just really trying to protect her friend. And I think that Keisha just really wants what's best for her, and Nico hurt her and she just doesn't want to see her hurt again. So I feel like this is going to be an interesting situation to see how it goes. But I did say in my catch-up recap that we were going to see a lot more of Nate this episode, and that we were going to see, some of her struggles because, last season, Nate was running around fixing everybody else's issues, but didn't really have a lot going on. So we get to see in this season that she definitely is having a lot more struggles. So anyway, she is going to find Nate, and Nate is just going to tell her, that she had to leave because they sounded like a married couple. And we all know that Nate really struggled with her parents' divorce, and that kind of triggered that for her, and that reminded her of all of that. Now, meanwhile, y'all, your boy Jesse says that he heard Damon. He said that he is willing to give Damon, the time that he needs, and that he's going to be at Damon's favorite spot every Wednesday at 7 p.m. and that he's going to keep showing up until Damon is ready. So in this moment, I won't even lie, y'all, in this moment, this is the first time I feel like, well, maybe the second time that I feel like we really see that Jesse wants this relationship. He just doesn't know how to go out and get this relationship. But I think for once he's making an effort. And as long as he shows up every Wednesday at 7 p.m., like he said he would, then I think that Jesse might stand a chance. And I think he and Damon are probably more alike than they really know. And I think that's probably what they're going to end up seeing, is that they are very similar in certain ways. And I think that they're going to end up having a interesting relationship. I don't think it's all going to be, peaches and cream, but I think that they are going to find a way to be a part of each other's lives. And I think that Damon will eventually forgive him at some point, but I don't think that it's going to be easy. I definitely think that Jesse is going to have to earn his forgiveness. And I don't think that it's unfair of Damon to ask him to earn that forgiveness. Okay, y'all. So meanwhile, your girl Amara is going to find out that the bomb threat has been taken care of. She also finds out that this was definitely no prank. They found the suspect and he did have a bomb, and he was only 2 blocks away from Bringston. So when he made that call, he hadn't made it to the school yet. So, the FBI agent who was doing all this extra stuff, he didn't even apologize At least I don't remember him apologizing, but it felt like he should have at least apologized. But, you know, I definitely didn't expect him to, but it just felt like it should have been the right thing to do, but we knew that wasn't going to happen. So anyway, y'all, your girl Amara is going to address the student body, and she's going to give a moving speech, you know, and this is going to be the speech that we hear her giving at the beginning of the episode when she says that we shall not be moved. So meanwhile, y'all, your girl Thea and Simone go right back to the way things were. You know, they're both going to get up and they're going to go their separate ways. And in this moment, when Thea looks back at Simone, you know, she looks back like she wants to say something. And to be honest, I feel like Thea owes Simone an apology. I feel like if they are going to find their road back to each other, there has to be an apology that comes from Thea, because Thea started this. Thea is the one who went all cray-cray on Simone when Simone was only trying to be a friend to her. But I don't know if the path back to friendship is going to be that easy. Simone is typically a very forgiving person. You know, I feel like, you know, she'll be open arms to Thea. So y'all, Simone is going to reunite with her girls, Keisha and Nate. But your girl Keisha still doesn't trust Nico, but she is going to play the long game. She's going to play it cool, and she's going to be there for her friend, you know, just in case Nico, you know, acts up and doesn't do right. Okay, y'all, so your boy Damon is going to check in on Simone, and he's going to ask if she got that text. And, you know, of course, she hadn't checked her text messages yet. And then he's going to say that Thea needs to tell him something, so he's going to go to his room. Now, Simone is going to look at the text message, and she's going to see what Damon said. And we all know that the message that Damon sent to her was kind of, you know, incognito, and we can make a lot out of it. But at the same time, like I said, I don't know if we really should make a bunch out of it. So anyway, y'all, I did forget to mention that your boy Marcus did tell Amara that he loves her, but I feel like it's a little too late for Marcus and Amara, especially now that she's moved on with Zeke. And honestly, I probably think that this is probably for the best. I kind of actually like Amara and Zeke together, not so much Marcus and Amara. So I'm kind of okay with that. So anyway, y'all, moving back to the very end of the episode, we are going to see that Lando is going to come to get his phone. And that when he does come to get it, he's going to end up checking on Simone. And in this moment, you just kind of see this thing with them. And next thing you know, they kissing and a hugging and a rubbing and a touching. And you already know what happened. So I guess we shall see, because I think we all saw this coming. I think we saw them building this whole situation up from the beginning. So it is what it is, y'all. Okay, y'all. So one of the last moments that I want to talk about is when your girl Amara finally has to let it all out. She has been such a strong force for this student body this entire episode. But when she cut those lights out, when it was time to go, she just had to let it all out. And you can see both her and Cam both sitting there just crying in the dark because of everything that has transpired and happened on this day. Okay, y'all, so that's what's up with All American Season 2, Episode 4, We Shall Not Be Moved. Now, if you were not touched in some form or fashion by watching this episode, then I don't know what to tell you, because your girl was emotionally drained after watching this particular episode. So go ahead and get the conversation started down below, guys. Until next time, peace.